2.
Hi everyone, how are you doing? So I'm currently in Tesco, I'm just scratching my face, I always do that, don't I? Just to get some bits for tonight's date. It's like, come dine with me, so we need to get some, I'm going to do a pepperoni pizza because I don't eat much else really. But we'll get some, I'm going to get some sausage, some smoked sausage. I've got my little helper with me, but she's carrying the basket. Trying to keep her out of the shot because she's too cute to be on TV. Oh my goodness, let's go for some of this. What have we got? We've got a Spanish meat selection, which I think will be pretty good. So, I'll have some of that. We've got serrano ham, whatever that word is, and chorizo, so that'll do. Don't necessarily need pepperoni. That's pretty good. We also need to get some mozzarella cheese, which I think's down this one. So my wonderful assistant is running ahead to grab the mozzarella, which is here. There you go. It's mozzarella. And it's a good job, I just thought, because we need pizza dough as well. And quite literally in front of me, we've got some Pizza Express pizza dough. I don't know, you guys had that before. Is it any good? Should I give that one a go?
It's upside down.
It's upside down. My wonderful assistant. Oh. Okay, was there anything else I needed? I can't remember now. Oh, we need some passata. Basically everything else I've got at home. I don't do onions on pizza. Who puts onions on pizza? Do you put onions on pizza? I don't put onions on pizza. But do need some passata. I've got everything else. Garlic powder. Tomato puree. It's always best just to get some more tomato puree. You can never have enough of that stuff. So tomato puree. Oh, she's a lucky girl who's getting cooked for tonight, I know that. Some passata, some upside down passata. That will do. Okay, is there anything else that I could possibly need for a pizza? Ava's got all the herbs and spices and stuff. We've got chilies, I've got jalapenos in the van ready. No, I think that's it. Let's go and pay and let's go. So we are off to the Trout. I spoke to the lovely Liz earlier. And she says, yeah, Lucy, come on down, bring Ava. She says, we've got loads of room for you. So that's the plan. So I've just dropped my children off back at my mum's house. And, well, it's been, what, 6 years? Yeah, 6 years since we split. But, you know, mum is still very much in my life. We are very much in each other's lives and we get on so well, and that's good for the children, right? It's good that the children have that stability, I guess. But you know, we didn't break up because of who I became. We broke up because of, you know, we drifted, fell out of love, I guess. It was hard, of course. I think more so for my partner. Because she had to not just grieve losing a husband, she had to grieve losing the person that she thought she knew. And even today, you know, she said that it felt like I'd been buried, you know, I'd gone. And it was hard, it was, but I think we're good. You know, we're on that side, that relationship side, I think we're good. But the point I'm trying to get to is the fact that yellow car. It was a Mustang, yellow Mustang. We always do yellow car, me and the kids. Anyway, I digress, but the thing I'm trying to say is, when I have the kids, it's great. Life is full, it's maximised. And this is where Ava is good for me, because going from 4 days is what I have, 4 days on, 4 days off. When I go from those 4 days into nothing, I have crashed in the past in my mind, and it's going from all to nothing. And I said to Mum just before I left, I said I feel like I'm in one of those sort of stages where it's more of a crash than a high. So Ava's good. That's why I've got Ava. One of the reasons I've got Ava, because it helps me deal with that severe rush of anxiety that I get when I have to leave the children. And this is all part and parcel to do with the fact that all this time it's been a struggle to be on my own and to function as a normal human being would, whether it be into hobbies or whatever. I mean, I do all of that anyway. I have my hobbies and stuff. I mean, we have to occupy our minds, right? But sometimes that drop in just presence of humans is hard. But I'm learning to deal with it. I'm getting a lot better, albeit it took a long time. But I am getting there, and it's just things like this, getting out in Ava, that helps. She's good for that. And it's good to just be able to recognise that is a thing within me, you know. Whether it ever goes, I don't know. It's just something I guess I have to live with, right? End of the day, the kids are going to grow up one day and they're going to flee the nest. They're going to want their own lives and do their own things. I just have to learn to let go a little bit more, I suppose. C'est la vie, right? It's the joys of being a parent, being a single parent at that. But we got on. Me and Mum, we're pretty good. Yeah. Well, we're nearly there anyway. We haven't got too far to go. It's nice to be going somewhere local, I guess, as opposed to 2-3 hours all the way down to Glastonbury. It's going to be a bit more chilled out tonight, which will be nice. 100%. So ladies and gents, as the sign says, welcome to the Trout Inn. There's actually a band on tonight as well called the Borrowed Threads. It might be interesting. Well, it will be, it's live music, right? I love live music. Who doesn't love live music? The campsite's just over there to the left. In fact, let's have a little swing round and I will show you where we are staying tonight. Oh my goodness, oh, it's busy. Right, okay. Well, we need a little bit of space, I suppose. Oh, she went wrong. Wowzers. Alright, I think I found my spot that I want. I'm half tempted to just go and park the van over there now and see what they say. Tell you what, we'll park up and then I'll go and speak to her. This looks great, right? Welcome to the Trout Inn in Lechlade, Gloucestershire. Pretty flat here, I think. Is it flat enough to make a pizza? I don't really know. I might park out there. Did you park up and then speak to the lady, or
Hey?
how does it work?
I think you're all right there, yeah.
Do you think?
I mean, like that's their mooring, that's their private mooring. They don't get any of this bit, do they?
Yeah, I might do what you've done, you know, and park up like that. I think she said don't park anywhere near the minis, if I remember rightly on the phone earlier. But that's kind of where I put Ava for now. She's a bit on the wonk to the left, but I know these guys are moving. But to be honest, I'll be happy to park her over there, really, where that Clio is, just because it's a bit more flat, isn't it? I could even put her sideways, facing onto the river, right? But I'll see what she says. It's pretty busy. I mean, there is a band playing tonight, as I say, but these are private moorings here. But look at this, guys. This is a bit further upriver it is from where we were yesterday when I showed you Buskett Weir. It's nice, eh? You can do boat rides and all sorts here. Can you see the skeleton over there? It's waving away. Give him a wave. Hey! Oh, we're crazy, right? But yeah, let's go and have a word with Liz, the lovely Liz. And see what she says. More silk trees. Like, love silk trees. Weeping willows to you guys, I guess. There's the new hairdo holding out. Tell you what, now I've got like little fringy bits. It's gets in your face a bit. Oh wow. We've got bathrooms and stuff there. So there we go, look. It's on tonight. There is music on now, to be fair. Let's go and have a look. I'll find Liz. There's lots of people in the pub, so I'm going to go off camera right now. Okay, all checked in. £20 a night for the camper van, which is pretty good. But this is, it sounds quite busy obviously down the garden, but this is one of those moments that I talk about where, thank you guys, where, you know, walking into a situation that I don't really know on my own. Everybody turned their heads around to look at me, but that's my... I even get a cheer, oh my goodness. If that was only for me, but yeah, it's pretty busy. There's quite a few people about. Just go and find a table and see what's going on.
You won't know the next one. You stick a few weird and wonderful
Hopefully
things.
YouTube won't ban... Oh my goodness, there's lots of people. Hopefully YouTube won't ban my video because of copyright or anything with music, but we shall see.
It's been a long, cold, lonely
It's really nice here. It's funny, you know, because I did hear once, not too long ago, there was somebody said that if a trans girl feels comfortable in her surroundings, then it's a good place to be. And I guess that's kind of right? Because we're a community who are so hammered all the time for one reason or another, whether it's to do with the whole EHRC nonsense, you know, the whole bathroom thing, not allowed to wee in a bathroom. Guess where I'm weeing tonight, girls and boys? I'm weeing in the girls' toilets. And quite rightly so, because that's where I should be doing it, right? Some of you may differ to think, but JK certainly does. But yeah, there we go, that's JK. That's JK for you. But yeah, my point being is, you know, I feel completely safe here, even though I'm on my own, surrounded by, there's probably, I don't know, 100 people in this garden. And I'm the only human here who's on her own. Details, right? I'm living my best life and I'm doing my thing. And yeah, it might be that one day some of these people may tune in and say, oh my goodness, I remember that girl who walked into the bar on her own. With a glass of wine and a smile on her face, and yeah, good on her. But yeah, here I am. It's all about living your best life, guys, and not caring. But yeah, if you see a trans girl and she's happy, then you can guarantee that the place you see her in is probably a safe space, because I feel comfortable and I'm looking forward to tonight. Anyway, I'm gonna go because what time is it? Oh, it's 20 past 6 in the evening. I need to get pizza on. So I'll finish my glass of wine. I'm checked in, as I said earlier. I'll finish my glass of wine and then I'll head on back to Ava and get dinner on. All right. Cheers. Oh, I just went for a bit of a sit down inside. Sorry. Don't know why I'm apologising for being myself, but there we go. Anyway, yeah, I just went and sat inside for a bit because it was absolutely boiling hot in the garden. But the live band for tonight was the acoustic pair that were playing. I can't remember what they're called now. I got Memory Like a Fish, ladies and gents. Memory Like a Fish. I'm going to go back to Ava now and start the evening's plans. And that be, the start is to pour a glass of wine, and start prepping dinner. So it would be lovely for you to join me in all of those activities. I'll be back with you in a little while. Bye bye. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the... Oh, sorry, I forgot. I didn't realise I pressed play. Or record. I'm just teasing you. I was just teasing you. So hey, back in the van. I'm about to get set up for dinner now, but I'm tempted to give you guys a little bit of an up-to-date show around Ava later. I don't know, what do you think? Should I do it? I reckon I should. Oh my goodness, that sun's bright. But yeah, I've turned the van round, I've turned it around 180 degrees, just basically because I don't want to sleep in Ava downhill, if that makes sense. So yeah, she's facing, there's a bit of a slope, but I've used my ramps. I've got some ramps to, you know, level out, that sort of thing. It just seems to be fine, so I'm just gonna go with that. Right, I'm gonna try and video bits of this, but we'll see how we get on. So this is my garage. Okay, this is the garage. I'm gonna call it the garage because that's what they're normally referred to in a van, right? It's just the place where you put all of your... Oops, sorry about that ting. It's where you put all of your outdoorsy sort of stuff, I guess. But in there I've got basically those two grey packs. They are camp beds, so if you want to sleep outside, that's what you can use. I've got 3 portable chairs. There's down the bottom there, you can see there is the fuel tank, but under there is where the gas bottles live, but also the table legs. So I'll show you where these go. So I'm only going to do the one table tonight, which will go down into here. It's pretty cool really, because you just literally lift up the blanket, not the blanket, sorry, the mat, and voila, we have a table and post, and there's 2 places in the van to store the actual tables themselves. So you got this one here, which lives behind that cushion, and then you got this one here as well. I only ever really use this one because it's generally just myself that's eating in the van. Ordinarily it's an outside affair, right? You know, we sit outside, that's what we do. Van life, we're out in the wild. When the weather's like this, of course. But it's changed a bit. Yeah, it's clouded over. Still beautiful though, right? But yeah, this is really, really difficult with one hand. But on the back of the table, you've got that little fella there. Stow before driving. You know, I mean, you're not going to drive the table with a meal on it, are you? But yeah, that just kind of sits on there like that. As you can see, it just blocks in there. Sorry, I'm showing my leg. Yeah, interesting leg. I can touch on that quickly while we're on subject. But as you may or may not know, I'm a nylon girl. Completely love all things nylon. But these are from a company called Snag Tights. I said to my daughter earlier when I dropped her off with her mum, I says, I'm wearing my air conditioning tights, my air conditioned tights. She's like, what are you on about? And I said, well, they've got holes in, right? And she said, well, how's that air conditioned? I says, well, the air can get through to my legs. She says, I don't see the point. But bless her, she's of that young age. She'll get it one day, I'm sure. But yeah, that's how we set up the table. It's fairly easy, right? There is another port on the floor just to the right of that where you can put another table. And really, this is the best place to sit because you've got a view of wherever you are, and this is what I love about it, the fact I can just pull up anywhere and, you know, have a different scenery to enjoy, a different environment to sit in and just be present with myself. Yeah, I'm here on the Thames. I love it here. Look, it doesn't look like much from here, but it's just, you know, being present, isn't it? It's just being present with whatever environment you're in, I suppose. There we go, waffling again. It's not the first time, right? But yeah, what do I need to do now? So we're gonna get the pizza made, I suppose. In fact, let's get the oven on. Let's turn on the oven. So the first thing I need to do is get the gas on. So the gas lives down in this little cupboard here. It's marked up LPG just in case it is required to be accessed by the emergency services, but we're not planning on any of that this evening. So I can't actually see the camera. Two reasons: one, it's on the floor, and two, my hair is completely in my face. Let's see if I can get to the bottle and turn her on. No, I'm gonna have to move my little portable fridge to actually get to it, because I am not fitting down in that gap. I carry two bottles. I think they're 4.5 kg bottles. And the one at the rear is the one that's got the gas tap on, so just need to turn that on so we have gas. There we go. Look at that for a view. Look at that, the Thames. Welcome to Campervan Cooking with Lucy. So it's date night. I brought myself out on a date, and what better than to be on a date in Ava? Just being with myself and just enjoying. Cheers. This is a life, right? So yeah, let's see what we can get done with this pizza. That's really good wine. So first things first, obviously we need to get the dough out. We'll see how this looks. Okay, it's a Pizza Express one, which was a little bit more expensive than Tesco's own. Right, there is literally no room to swing a cat in here. I have washed my hands. All the boring stuff I've done in the background. I reckon I'm going to be alright. Alright, so I reckon if we cut it about there. I don't know if that's going to cut through the paper though. Oh, it's gone. Oh, we're good. There we go. Right, we've got two. Alright, we've got two, we're good. Yeah, so we just lather that on. There we go, delicious. It's a beauty of being on your own, right? You make your own rules. I don't have to answer to anyone really, just to myself. And that's pretty cool though, right? Because well, I was saying earlier, wasn't I, when I was on my way here about the whole, 4 days on, 4 days off. That's the routine I have with the kids, and it's always been about that struggle of being on my own, I guess. When the 4 days off kick in. I know some of you parents out there probably screaming at the camera right now saying, oh my goodness, what are you on about? 4 days with no kids? That's got to just be the best thing in the world. Well, it is to a degree. And that being, I can go off and do my own thing and have that space. But to be away from, the kids, it is hard. Shit. Literally just passata just went everywhere on my sugar. Language, Lucy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sliced jalapenos. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, they're really good. I do like it spicy. If you should take me out for a curry, if we went out for an Indian together, me and you, yes, me and you. Fancy it? Shall we go for curry? That would be nice, right? Yeah. Let's do it. Let's get arranged. Yeah, let's do it. But yeah, if we went out for a curry together, I would have a vindaloo every day of the week. I'm that sort of person who will sit and look at the menu for 10 minutes, as you do, and pick the same thing every time. Right, okay, what have we got left to do? Oh, we need to have a drink of wine. That was it. I knew there was something missing. Spiritual cleaning, carried out. Right, last but not least, guys, mozzarella. We cut above the line, don't we? Because we want to peel and reseal, darlings. Right, okay, let's get some of this on. That's good. Oh, I'm getting covered in it. There's some black pepper. But, oh god. Excuse my belly. I need to get back in the gym. I did join the gym, but I'm still not been. But I'll get there. I will. I don't know what you think, guys, but I think I've done a pretty good job of that. Looks pretty good. Shall we get it in the oven? Right, my little beautiful pizza. Let's do this. In you go. Oh, it's lush in there. Ow. Ow, that's hot. One-handedly. Right, okay. Let's check back in a bit once she's done. You know, I always wonder when I'm doing these videos, you know, how well I come across and, you know, am I saying the right thing and is it entertaining? That's the thing, right? You know, I guess, you know. We all know that I know that you know that we know that, you know, is my favourite 2 words. But, you know, oh, God's sake, Lucy. But yeah, I always wonder, you know, am I doing the right thing? Am I saying the right thing? Is the content good? But, you know, currently as we stand, I've got over 70 subscribers, pushing towards 100, which means I'm pushing towards 1,000, which, you know, from that point, the world's, you know, the world's my oyster, right? Why am I doing this? Because it's just, it feels right. That's why I'm doing it. And why not? If you're enjoying, you know, spending time with me, whether it's somebody, whether you're someone who knows me already and we just don't really communicate that much because of whatever reason, you know, life and everything else, or whether you're someone who's like, okay, this person might be interesting, she's maybe on a similar journey, maybe you're trans as well, male to female or female to male, doesn't matter, right? Maybe you're here just to learn, you know, what it's like to be trans, or whether you're just flicking through because of van stuff or whatever. It's nice to have you here, it really is, and it makes me feel better that I can do things like this. It makes me feel more confident in myself. It's given me the ability to just relax into my own environments and things like that. I mean, it's like before I walked into that pub, right, and there was over 100 people in that garden, and I just felt like everybody was looking at me. I mean, they weren't. I mean, why would they? I'm just another human being, right, with a glass of wine. But it feels sometimes like everybody is watching, you know. It feels like I'm the elephant in the room, and I'm not. I mean, you tell me, you know. I know I'm not the elephant in the room. I'm a highly energetic, beautiful human, and I've got energy to share, right? You know, I'm sick of saying that. Right, as I become more into YouTube, I need to learn how to, I guess it's the spaces where you not so much run out of things to say, because I've got so much to say. It's those sort of maybe awkward silence fillers, I guess. I'm not really sure. I don't know what they call it. Some of you may be watching it like, yeah, this is what this is. This is what that is. Let me know. Tell me in the comments. Let me know how this is going. How you're finding. I nearly said it, but I didn't. You know, let me know what you think. It'd be good to know. It would. It'd be good to get some feedback and see what you actually think as Mr. or Mrs. viewer watching the Juicy Ava. Juicy HQ. That's what I called it, wasn't it? Yeah, I came up with that earlier on, Juicy HQ, and I thought that's too close to GCHQ, which is obviously is that 007 stuff? I don't really know. I mean, I know what GCHQ is. It's the security place, right, in Gloucester. Or have I got that wrong as well? I don't really know. But yeah, Juicy HQ. I'm not a spy. I reckon I could be though. What do you think? Answers in the comments. Right, I'm gonna go and check on the pizza. Right guys, I think we're good. Oh my goodness, yes, let's get this out and have a look. Oh my goodness. Right, let's get tucked in guys. I'll see you at the table. Look at that. Right, let's see what we got guys. And what I'm gonna do is just pop this on a, got like a little chopping board. Let's pop that on there and we can have a look. It smells absolutely divine. It really does. Look at that. What do you think? Well, I think we'll try and get rid of the oh, the base feels pretty good actually. I was a bit worried it might be a bit too soft underneath, but it's a bit too hot to try and pull the bacon. Oh shit. The paper away from underneath. Do you know what I might do? I might just cut it and eat as I go. Yeah, it should be fine. That's the only thing with this new hairdo, because there's little bits, you know, she's really cut in. The idea was to frame my face, so we got more of a, you know, more coverage across my forehead, because I've got a massive forehead, right? And the whole male pattern baldness thing is a thing, and you know, you get the stereotypical M thing here. But by having my hair cut the way she's done it, that's all gone, right? You can't really see that. So it's small wins, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, it's the small wins which really is what I need to keep achieving for. You know, reaching for. Da, da, da. Try not to get in my hair. It's good. It's good. Oh, that's as far as I can take the door, really. Not so sure on the base, but I reckon cook the base for a little bit first. Just to take the rawness out of it a bit, I think once the base has been cooked a little bit, it'll probably take the other bits and pieces alright. But you know what, right, this is lush, it really is good. Maybe you want to come round for pizza? A pizza with Lucy and a glass of wine. Pinky out. Cheers guys. Right, I'm gonna get tucked in. I'll see you soon. Hey guys, honestly, right, that was absolutely banging. That was a really good pizza. I'm well impressed myself. It just, I don't know, I mean, pizza, well, homemade pizza is not something I really do that often. It's more of a treat thing. Normally when I've got the kids, certainly not when I'm on my own. And I really enjoyed it, it was good. Sorry, I'm just putting the camera down so I can be hands free. But yeah, this is tricky. I've got my phone next to it so I can see what I'm doing. It's not actually going to let me show you the phone because the bloody face track's on. But yeah, look, it actually works. Remember in the olden days when I went to Wales and I was baffling on and fighting and struggling like hell with that bloody gimbal that I got. And I was saying, is it the van? Is the van rocking to one side and it's blown in the wind? Well, it wasn't, right? It was just me being a complete biff, as I normally am, as you probably gathered by now. But yeah, this thing's really good. I'm really pleased I've gone for this. I'm just looking at myself in the camera again. Mwah. Beautiful. You can tell I've had a glass of wine, right? But yeah, pizza done. The proof is in the pudding, right? Right, I need to stop looking left. If I need a point of reference, I should look at the screen on the actual Pocket 3 itself. But yeah, do you know what, right? Doing dates with yourself is a healthy thing, you know. It's going out to the cinema on your own is a healthy thing. even for a meal into a restaurant, excuse me, it used to be taboo once upon a time, right? People wouldn't do it. I have done it, and it's been okay. There is a part of you where you sat there in a restaurant and you're on your own. You're ordering food for yourself, a glass of wine for yourself, or whatever, and you do that thing where you're people watching. I guess you're looking around the room, and you work out as a young couple over there. They've only been together 2 minutes. They've been married 50 years. Blah blah blah. You kind of get a sense for the environment you're in, don't you? You work everybody out. That whole people watching thing. But I used to sit there sometimes and think, are people looking at me and thinking that person looks really sad, or are they looking at me thinking, good on her for, having the, what word I was going to use there, the irony. But yeah, you see it in all sorts of people. And I think a lot of that and the ability to do that was from the days when I used to do a lot of field service sort of work. I used to travel all over the place. This was certainly after my boy was born, which was 2012. I left the Air Force and I got straight into field service engineering. It kind of felt like the right fit based on what I'd come from and everything else. But I didn't stick with that for too long, purely because he was so poorly. The first sort of 6 months of his life, he had every gastro thing going on, bless him, but he's good now, obviously. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that the whole field service sort of role that I was doing, it taught me a lot about being able to put myself into places where I'm inevitably going to be on my own, whether it was in Toulouse or Germany, Switzerland, France, Sweden, Spain. I travelled all over the place, and you had to go out for a meal on your own. You had to almost fend for yourself in a way, because it was just you, right? You put in a foreign country, you got a job to do, you do the job, and you get back, and that's what I did. I think a lot of my ability to be confident in situations where I'm on my own is from that, as well as just the fact now I don't care what people think. I really don't. It's to say that has been a long time coming, right? It has. It's been a long time coming, but I can confidently, quite happily sit here and tell you right now to your face, looking straight into your eyes, that I'm fine with that. And that has been something I've had to truly hone in on, and what would be the word I would use? Just nail down as being a trans human being, because I have a different spotlight on my head now, right? An entirely different spotlight. And I don't know what that spotlight looks like. This is the big thing. It's quite scary to think that there is an uncertainty. Just walking into the pub earlier, like I said earlier, about just walking into a garden, not knowing what I'm walking into, having that confidence to do that is what makes the difference. But it's that spotlight of the uncertainty, and you have to have that confidence as someone like me, because if you don't do it, you never will. You'll miss out on things. You'll miss out on the good things in life. You'll miss out on opportunities like this to just walk into a random place and just find your space, find your happy. I get that the whole world is different. I suppose the safety net I've got of Oxfordshire, Gloucester, Wiltshire, the sort of places I go to, these are places I know and where I feel safe. Again, getting back earlier, if you see a trans girl and she looks happy, wherever you are, that's a safe place to be, because that's how we have to look at things. It's sad, isn't it? But do you know what? Welcome to being me. Welcome to my side of life, where every decision you make has to be really thought about. And that's crazy to think in a first world country, the United Kingdom, a place where you would once think was safe. I don't know. It's actually quite difficult, really. But it's details to me now. I just do me. I do my thing. I don't bother anybody. I don't harm anyone. I don't have any desire to do anything other than just keep focusing on getting through today and enjoying every minute as I do that. And that's what's important for me. It's about living for the moment and living for today, because we're not guaranteed tomorrow, are we? I mean, it doesn't matter what breed of human you are, we're all in that same boat. None of us know what tomorrow's going to bring. We just got to do us today, right now, this second. Carry on doing what you're doing and be happy. Yeah. Give those you love a hug. Give yourself a hug. Look in the mirror and tell yourself that you are beautiful, because you are. You really are. Don't let other people's views and attitudes change that. Just keep doing you. Alright? It's important. And you know I'm right. Sometimes I feel like I'm preaching to the converted, but it's took a long time for me to realise that. And am I there 100%? I don't think so. I don't think I'm anywhere near 100%. 70s, high 70s. But that's more on the side of being in love with who I am. And that's the big thing for me. It's loving who I am, truly. But things are in place to help that. I've got, obviously, the inevitable surgical journey, you know, the physical side. Obviously, I've been chemically changing, transitioning through hormone replacement for 5.5 years, but I'm getting further and further up that list, and the day will come, hopefully soon. I'm hoping in the next 18 months I'll be you know, changing forever, and that's exciting. That is very exciting. It really is. Like 33 years of Christmas is all just in the space of a 4-hour operation, however long it's going to be. You can't put money on that. I can't even put emotion on that, because I don't know what the emotion is that I should be gearing towards that, other than I guess just a sense of complete gender euphoria. It's things I dream about, I daydream about, I've always thought about throughout my entire life. But in the situations where I necessarily shouldn't have been thinking about those things, I did, and that's where a lot of the, not doubts and stuff, but a lot of the self-torture came from, you know, hating on myself and everything, because I just felt like I was weird, or I'd had a, you know, a strange fetish, or that I felt I had to be someone who I'm not today, because of the shame that I brought on and the guilt I felt because of needing, not wanting to, but needing to become my true self. And that's quite hard to take on, really, when you think about it. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm making right decisions with my life, and I'm seeing the happiness around me, especially with those closest to me, and how happy they are. I just feel as I'm getting older, I'm getting closer and closer to those who are the closest to me, and I love that. It's lovely. I don't necessarily have a blood backing, if that makes sense. I've got my children, and that is it. That's fine. I'm happy with that. As long as they're good, I'm good.